Describing an entity with no edges presents a logical trap. If a cosmic being is truly infinite, the moment you use a single word to define it, you draw a boundary around it. You limit it. Human cognition evolved to understand finite objects, things we can hold, measure, or see. When confronted with the sheer scale of the cosmos, human language simply breaks down. To bypass this linguistic trap, ancient Indian philosophers developed the Sahasranama, or the recitation of 1,000 names. One of the most intricate examples of this practice is the Sri Jagannath Sahasranam, a text dedicated to the Lord of the universe. This is an active, living tradition. Today, practitioners still spend hours chanting this precise sequence of Sanskrit titles, keeping the ancient text alive. The 1,000 names function as an engineered psychological mechanism designed to stretch the human mind's capacity to conceptualize the infinite. The chant acts as a cognitive ladder. It takes the practitioner step by step, starting in the visible, physical world and climbing steadily upward into an unimaginable cosmic void. The deity at the center of this specific ladder is Lord Jagannath, enshrined in the eastern Indian city of Puri. The devotion surrounding Jagannath operates on a massive scale. During the annual Ratha Yatra festival, millions of devotees gather to pull colossal wooden chariots through the streets. To communicate infinity to a crowd of this scale, the text anchors the mind to a familiar physical shape before systematically dismantling it. The ascent begins with step 1, the tangible. The authors recognize the human brain's need to picture a physical body, and the text provides one immediately. The chant opens with highly specific physical attributes. It calls him Taturbujo, meaning four-armed, and describes his throat as glowing with the mythical Kaustuba gem. These verses map directly onto the physical iconography still worshipped today, a figure recognizable by his large, round eyes and vibrant yellow dress. It even lists the specific weapons he holds in his hands, referring to him as Shankahasto Gadadhara, the one grasping the conch and the mace. These highly visual, concrete details serve a deliberate purpose. They act as a psychological anchor, stabilizing the practitioner's mind before the conceptual expansion begins. Once the mind is focused, the chant initiates step 2, the mythological. It takes that single, stable physical identity and shatters it, scattering the deity's presence across space and time. The verses assert that Jagannath is actually every hero, avatar, and savior documented throughout Hindu mythology. The text invokes radically different non-human forms, calling him Matsya, the fish, Kurma, the giant tortoise, and Narasimha, the man-lion. This forces the receiver to visualize him as a fierce, terrifying predator, violently disemboweling a demon. In the next breath, the chant pivots from fierce animal hybrids to ideal human kings, calling him Krishna and the son of Dasharatha, referring to the noble Prince Rama. The practitioner's mind must now hold multiple, contradictory lifetimes and bodies simultaneously, forcing their definition of the deity to expand. The final ascent is step 3, the cosmic. This is the point in the chant where all remaining physical limitations are abandoned entirely. The titles shift away from characters and bodies, transforming into vast abstract concepts. He becomes the creator of creators and the soul of all living beings. Then comes the ultimate contradiction. The text describes this previously physical, four-armed figure holding a mace as completely nirakara nirlipta, formless and unattached to the physical world. The rigid shapes dissolve into an infinite field. The mind is pushed to conceptualize an entity that exists everywhere but occupies no physical space. The tangible form of Jagannath established in the first step was only a temporary vehicle. The true destination of the chant is this vast, formless reality. Taken as a whole, these 1,000 names provide a linguistic map of the universe. The text relies on deliberate cognitive dissonance. It forces the reciter to visualize the ultimate destroyer of demons while simultaneously praising him as Daya Sindhu, an ocean of mercy. This dense, contradictory logic is woven into the physical artifacts of the era, preserved meticulously on palm leaf manuscripts. Here, the ancient authors visualize these layers, painting a single figure radiating with multiple arms to represent countless attributes at the exact same time. By forcing the brain to process these impossible contradictions simultaneously, the mind's attempt to construct a single finite shape completely breaks down. The Sri Jagannath Sahasranam and its counterparts function as ancient cognitive exercises. The journey through these verses is a recognition of our own limits, a realization that no single human word can ever capture absolute reality. The scale of this philosophical architecture matches the monumental stone temples built to house the idea. While one word will always limit the concept of God, stacking 1,000 contradictory names on top of each other might just allow the human mind to finally glimpse the infinite.